With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy, blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 3 of 4.
Etc.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
저희 방송은 다양한 언어를 제공합니다. 다음을 참고하세요. suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The temperature, the movement in the earth, and the combination of the oceans, the atmosphere, temperature, and movement make all things become existent in the ocean. So similarly, the vibration arises in God's blissful ocean of mercy and love. And then all things combined with the force of nature. There are two forces then that arise. Any movement will kind of create a force or two forces. One is pro and one is contra. And so this negativity and positivity, when they are mixed together or somehow integrated with each other, then they create the third thing, and that's how all things came into existence.
Please stay with us to listen to this enlightening lecture.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Vegan. Be the personification of a walking angel.
They need you. The animals need you. So step up. Step up and be there for them.
Today's program will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. When visiting colorful Bangladesh and the friendly locals greet you with "How are you?", try replying with "Ami bhalo achi", which means "I'm fine" in Bengali. Generous viewers, I am Abdul. The eco-friendly Bengalis are acutely aware that climate change is affecting our daily lives, and the best way to stop this is through the benevolent vegan lifestyle. Let us all go vegan for a peaceful and sustainable world.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Azerbaijan is one of them. Azerbaijan, Code of the Azerbaijan Republic on Administrative Violations Article 129 stipulates that the brutal treatment of animal people resulting in their death or severe injury shall be punished with a fine. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
At the northeast corner of the Indian subcontinent is the ancient land now known as Bangladesh, situated between India and Myanmar. First settled over 4,000 years ago, the modern state of Bangladesh was formed in 1971. This distinguished country's many mosques and Hindu temples speak of the population's spiritual side. Elegant buildings such as the 60-dome mosque have been preserved since the 15th century. Bangladesh is also home to 18 national parks and reserves. These have been established with the goal of restoring biodiversity and protecting populations of animal people such as peacock, black panther, clouded leopard, and the endangered western hulock gibbon people. Bangladeshi culture is very harmonious. The people are courteous and friendly, with a famously welcoming attitude that is loved by visitors. The country also has a rich tradition of song and dance, with music played on unique instruments like the single-stringed ektara, one of the oldest monochord instruments known.
Make peace now. Your gifted life, has it been in vain? Do something now in deep repent. Just go enjoy all your privilege. Pray God, and to even hell devils, to spare you pain.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. She has been invited to lecture on the Kuan Yin method of meditation throughout the world. We now invite you to view Walk the Way of Love, an introduction to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
We'll search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, as she has affectionately become known, lives a message that walks the way of love. A renowned humanitarian, artist, and spiritual visionary, her love and assistance has extended beyond all cultural and racial boundaries to people around the world, the needy and homeless, institutions of medical research, war veterans, the disadvantaged, the physically and mentally handicapped, refugees, and victims of natural disasters, etc. We witness countless reminders of the compassion, the trademark of this caring lady, and the international foundation that has grown out of her loving example.
Whatever we can share, begin with sharing. And then we will feel a subtle change in ourselves. More love will be pouring into our consciousness, and we will be aware of something. And that is the beginning. We are here to learn to grow, as well as to learn to use our power, our limitless power of love and creativity, in order to make a better world wherever we happen to be incarnated. Don't worry, I pray for you, okay, honey?
Not only are human beings the blessed beneficiaries of her kindness, animal people from different species are also the recipients of her boundless benevolence.
You okay, boy? You okay? Yeah, come on, baby. Hey, look at you. Oh, quack. You happy? Quack. Hello, you grow so big now, you. Bon appetito. I love you. Good appetite. This is one of the reasons why we should be vegan. Love for all beings, extending love.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was born in Central Olac, or Vietnam. During her early years, she was often found helping hospital patients, the needy, as well as injured animal people in whichever way she could. As a young adult, she moved to Europe to study and continued there as a translator for the Red Cross. She soon discovered that pain and suffering exist in all corners of the globe, and her search for the remedy to this became the foremost goal in her life. She was happily married at the time to a German doctor, and although it was an extremely difficult decision for both of them, her husband agreed to a separation. She then embarked on what became a 2-year-plus journey in search for spiritual understanding. Finally, in the deepest reaches of the Himalayas in India, she found an enlightened master who imparted to her the Kuan Yin method, a meditation method on the inner heavenly light and sound. After a period of practice, she became fully enlightened. Soon after her return from the Himalayas, at the earnest request of those around her, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the Kuan Yin method with others, encouraging them to look within to find their own greatness. Through the Kuan Yin method of meditation, they also attained greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Before long, invitations arrived from the United States, etc.
I saw that I was everywhere and in every creature.
Europe,
To see God is very, very simple.
Asia,
All religions tell you be a good person here and find heaven while you can.
Australia,
We are the sons and daughters of God. We are ourselves, the Supreme Master.
Africa,
I will show you how to get direct teaching
and South America,
and keep the commandments and try to lead a more vegan life.
as well as from important organizations for Supreme Master Ching Hai to give lectures.
The peace and love that we most often talk about and seek, we have within ourselves. You must look inside and find your own treasure and find the real lasting happiness. The future is in our hands. So you make it beautiful or you make it worse. It's up to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has realized many spontaneous talents that she expresses through artistic paintings and creations, music and poetry, and aesthetic jewelry and clothing designs, expressing the inner and outer beauty. The income generated from her artistic creations has enabled Supreme Master Ching Hai to create an independent source of funding for humanitarian activities in support of her noble mission of assisting God's children in their times of need. Although she does not seek acknowledgement of any kind, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been given awards worldwide by government officials and private organizations on numerous occasions. They include the World Peace Award, the World Spiritual Leadership Award, the Award for Promotion of Human Rights, the World Citizen Humanitarian Award, the Award for Outstanding Public Service to Mankind, the 2006 Gussie Peace Prize, the Los Angeles Music Week Certificate of Commendation, and first place silver for the 27th Annual Telly Awards 2006. In addition, October 25th and February 22nd have been proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day in the United States.
She also brings love around the world where there is hate. She brings hope where there is despair. And she brings understanding where there is misunderstanding. She is the light of a great person, an angel of mercy for all of us.
Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una impresión muy grata de ver un corazón tan noble, tan dispuesto a servir. Ella está sirviendo a todos los seres humanos, está sirviendo al planeta para salvarlo, para rescatarlo. Tiene un corazón noble, pero también un gran liderazgo. Sé que van a suceder las cosas que tienen que suceder.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is one of the truly dedicated people of this era, helping others find and create a beautiful vision of our future. Many great people in history have had a dream, and in her own words, so does Supreme Master Ching Hai.
I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that everyone becomes the Buddha. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that other nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other. I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billions, trillions of years to produce this planet, and it's so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love.
Make peace now. Even if your life's worth just a grain of dirt, make it benevolent and glorious. Not to use it as a murder weapon toy, to cause suffering and anguishing voice.
The United States has been graced on many occasions with visits from Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan. In 1989, in response to the earnest longing of spiritual truth seekers, she traveled to the country to impart her wisdom and insights. In this illuminating lecture, Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan sheds light on various topics such as relying on the inner power for self-discipline amid societal pressures, discovering humility through wisdom, overcoming the fear of death, and the essence of true meditation. We now invite you to join us for part 4 of this enlightening lecture titled Discover Real Meditation Through Transmission by a Real Master, given by Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan in San Francisco, California, USA on May the 25th, 1989.
Peace for Ukraine or Ukraine.
So now we know the Bible and the Buddhist Sutra spoke of the same thing. So the only remaining question is how to find the self-nature, or this word, or this God. So to know God is to know this word. We come back to the conclusion because the word was God and everything was made by it. And then God made man in his own image. So we come from this word or this God. Actually, the word, if the word was God, now we do some intellectual wrestling just for the sake of fun. Now, if the Bible says the Word was God, or the Word is with God, and then the Word was God, then why didn't he just simply say, in the beginning was the Word? Or the Word was God, or in the beginning was God? Isn't that more simple? Why does he have to say, in the beginning was the Word, and then the Word was with God, and then come back and then the Word was God? Why didn't he say the Word was God, or in the beginning was the Word? Forget about God, or if there is God, then forget about the Word. What is the complication for? Who knows? Please raise your hand. You know?
Before the vibration of God was void.
Yeah, that's good. You enlightened. 1 point for you. An A for you. In America, A is good? Yeah? Okay. Oh, thank God. Otherwise, I make trouble. Yeah. Therefore, we learn from Buddhism as that they also say in the beginning there was nothing, non-existence. And then also we learn it from the Tao Te Ching. In Taoism, it also says in the beginning there was nothing, only Tao. And then the Ming, the name came. A name that is a vibration. The word. In the West, we say the word, and maybe in Chinese at that time they say the name. So the difference between the language makes us confused and make other religions separate and fight each other. This is a pity. We should not do so. And in the beginning, there was only God, or we call the love ocean, and there's nothing at all. No vibration, no light, no darkness, no thinking, no moving. And then the movement arose. That is the word, the vibration. And then everything became created. So actually, the world isn't God, but the world is God. Without God, there is no word, no sound. And without sound, we don't know God. That is what it is. Probably that's what it means. Just like the ocean, if there are no waves, it seems not like an ocean, but a big pool, a peaceful lake. Yeah, because the lake is peaceful and there are no waves. So the oceans have waves. We all know that. And the waves arise from the ocean, but the ocean actually has no waves. Is it clear? And also the same thing with all things in the ocean. The fish people, the squid people, yeah, and all the living beings and the non-living beings in the ocean also arise from the ocean. Is it not so? The temperature, the movement in the earth, and the combination of the oceans, the atmosphere, temperature, and movement make all things become existent in the ocean. But they are ocean-born. So similarly, the vibration arises in God's blissful ocean of mercy and love. And then all things combined with the force of nature. There are two forces then that arise. Any movement will kind of create a force or two forces. One is the pro and one is contra. So we call in Chinese yin and yang. And we call it in Western terminology negativity and positivity. And so this negativity and positivity, when they are mixed together or somehow integrated with each other, then they create the third thing. And that's how all things came into existence. I don't know if I am going too far. It's just like electricity. There are two poles. One is negative, one is positive. And when the plus and the minus are put together, then it has power. It's what we call electric power. And then it starts all movements, or light and everything else we need. Actually, electricity is neither positive nor negative. But without positive, without negative, we have no electricity. And so, the same with all things. God is neither good nor bad. He is only an ocean of indifference and love. He knows no hatred. He knows no dirty and no bad and no sins. Therefore, we call him the ocean of love and mercy. He discriminates not between the bad and the good, the beauty and the ugly. So we call him the ocean of love. But the ocean of love may be difficult for us to understand. Therefore, this vibration arose, and then the negative and the positive. And then so we have time to compare. And then we begin to understand what is good, what is bad, what is wisdom, what is ignorance then. But it is fun, no? It's fun. If there are no opposite forces, then probably we always be in ignorance. We cannot appreciate God's love and mercy. So it also has some purpose. There is another theory in Buddhism. People believe that there is no God. So the Catholic people call the Buddhists atheists. Is that the right word for it? Meaning non-believers. pagans. Huh? No, the Buddhists deny that they are atheists. They say, of course, they don't believe in God, but they believe in Buddha. So both of them are fighting desperately, intellectually. I think the Buddha meant, when he said there is no God, he didn't mean to believe in a non-God. He only meant that there is no personal God, or one who sits there and says, you are bad, you are good, and punishes this one and gives reward to that one. But what he meant is the ocean of love and mercy, which has no name. And the name which you cannot name is a real name. So actually all the countries, in different countries, people, enlightened people are speaking in a different fashion. And so the unenlightened people are easy to get into confusion. Besides, there is a big mechanism of priestcraft. Unenlightened priests and priestcraft, which scare people into all kinds of things in order to catch the devotees for their own selfish motive or their own desire and thirst for power and fame, and that's the only reason. If they were all enlightened, then they could respect all kinds of religious scriptures and understand how to go inside and get themselves in contact with God, and they know all things without having to refer to the language. That is what Lao Tzu called knowing without knowledge. And then he also say the wise are similar to the ignorant. Anybody understand this? Why is that you become so wise and then you look like an ignorant? You know? Anyone knows? I give you $5. $10? No? Priceless answers. Nobody knows. Yes. Oh, behind you is first. Sorry, maybe. Yeah, that's you. That's you. I'm sorry, he's first. Yeah.
Why does not say anything to show that he's wise because so people forget it.
Yeah, I got it. I got your idea. He means that the wise one knows that the stupid one would never agree with him anyhow. Is it not so? Because he's doing things and seeing things so differently. So he just expects the stupid ones to understand him. Therefore, whatever the stupid ones say, the wise man says, yeah, maybe like that. Okay, you carry on. Is it not so? Yeah, this is similar like that. And do you have any different ideas?
I thought it could mean that the more you learn, the more you study, the less you really realize from that. It can appear very good now. Because you don't make comments.
Oh.
Not any depth.
Yeah, that's it. That is also true. He says the more one learns, the more one realizes how ignorant one is. And so one stops chatting. And then stop making comments and making discussion. Yeah, one becomes more humble, that's right. So it looks like one learns more and becomes more stupid, more ignorant, more humble. But actually, I think he means we're more humble. That is the more correct word. Yes. Actually, the more one learns, the more humble one becomes. Because one realizes that everyone has God's nature, has the Buddha's wisdom, and one can learn from each and every one of our neighbors. And one can respect and love each and every one of the human beings encountered on the street. So one becomes actually more humble. Maybe Lao Tzu means one becomes more humble. That's what it means. Yeah, I do agree with you both. So I think later you'll get $10 from me. Oh, you have to do it for free. You cannot always wait for the prize. But anyhow, I have said it, so you get it. Yeah, this is good.
Russia, go home, now.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
The most important thing I feel is to first eliminate all animal products. Not only does eliminating eating animals help with your physical health, but your mental and spiritual health as well. Also, it is just so liberating to free yourself from this horrific industry. Kip Anderson, vegan.
Tomorrow on Words of Wisdom.
Narrow is the way that leads to life. Broad is the way that leads to destruction, and so many will walk therein. It is because the road and the way to it is contradictory to our way of thinking and to the worldly desires and temptations. We have to live in this world with all temptations and struggles, and yet we have to keep discipline and purity like the lotus born from the mud, but so pure and clean and so fragrant.
Delightful viewers, thank you for your presence today for Words of Wisdom. Please join us again tomorrow for Discover Real Meditation Through Transmission by a Real Master, Part 5 of 11. Coming up next is The Ripple Effect, how blue spaces can improve your mind and body, right after noteworthy news. May Allah bless you for all the compassionate deeds that you do.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.